Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So in this lecture here, what we're going to do is we're going to update a contact, but we're going to do this in a different way. We're going to update some fields, and we're going to do some if statements and some custom function. So that way you guys can get a little bit of practice here, a lot more than what you know so far, right? So let's go ahead and create an edit contact function here. And notice that I'm using here the same dictionary that we had before, okay? So by now, it should be second nature for you guys to know exactly how to do this, right? Well, not exactly, because you guys are brand new to this. So we'll pass in the context dictionary, the key, and then here what we're going to do is we're going to pass on default values. And here the name will be none, phone number will be none, an email will be none. Simple as that. Okay? Now, let's grab and let's create a variable called contact, because we have one here called contacts with the S. This one here is just going to be singular. We'll grab the contacts dictionary that's going to come into this function. We'll grab the get method that we know how to use now, and we'll get the contact by its key. Once we have the contact, let's go ahead and do some little validation here. And we can say, hey, if not contact, if this data is not passed in, right? If it's not available, then we'll say return false, right? If for some reason there is no contacts, there's nothing here, right? This doesn't get created, right? It doesn't find it. And yeah, so once that's there, we can do another if statement. We can say if name is not none, then we'll can go ahead and update this data. Let's say name, and I'm just gonna use single quotes here just for time's sake, and we'll put the name there. We can also do, let's create a couple different ones here for the rest. And let's go back here, and that one there. All right, so let's go ahead and create one for the phone number here. If phone, then we'll add a phone. All right. Guys, I want you to get into the habit of writing this stuff down, even if it looks boring. There is a reason behind it. Your brain is going to pick up this thing here in the future really easy when you practice. If you just look at what I'm doing and you don't write, what's going to happen is that data, that information is not going to stay in your brain very long. You're going to forget when you start doing other things, all right? Get into the habit of actually writing stuff. That way, this data, this information gets in your brain and stays there for a while. All right? Now, what I'm going to do, right after all this validation here, I'm going to return true at this point. Let's just do that. Boom. All right? So I'm going to put some print statements here. The first one is going to be before. Okay? So before everything, we'll grab this contacts here. List here, and we'll put, this is how actually this thing is. Let's say we're gonna edit Brian here. So this is how Brian dictionary looks like, right? Before. Then let's just put a variable here saying okay, because we know that this is gonna either return false or true depending on the data inside, right? So contacts here, as a matter of fact, we name it edit contact. Just singular there. We'll pass in the contacts dictionary in there. We'll pass in the name that we want to, the key that we want to update. This case, we want to update Brian, right? So we'll pass in Brian, and then we want to update maybe Brian's phone number. Let's put 08s. So let's go ahead here and say, hey, Brian, I need your phone to be 888. There we go. I'm not going to keep repeating that, right? And let's just put this okay, just like that. And then we'll print here the edited. We'll do that in strings here. And that new this new field here, right? This new statement. and we'll print how it looks now. So we'll say after here. After. Contacts. There we go. And this here would be Brian, just like that. Brian. All right. Perfect. Let's go ahead and save this and run it. All right, let's do that. Let's run this again. Let's make this a little bigger. All right, and you can see now that it says before here, the phone number is 555, whatever. And then here now, the new updated field is 888, whatever. All right, so very easily we can turn ourselves into masters if we keep doing this over and over again, guys. And this is why I write this stuff down myself most of the time, but I'm already in a higher level than beginner. So for me, this is second nature, but some of this stuff, believe it or not, with time, you're not gonna even think it when you're creating this stuff. It just becomes part of you. This code looks to me beautifully right now, just beautiful. All right, even though I have now organized my code the best as possible, right? Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next lecture.